What's up guys? So in this video I'm going to quickly give you my leaks starter build before I transit into the high budget COC. So this round I'm going to try something different whereby I'm going to play a minion build, which is literally Summon Raging Spirit, okay, SRS. I kind of took it from reference from Balormage SRS, so it's pretty much similar. And if you actually see the tree from PoE Ninja, almost everyone is like going the same path, just that I tweak a little bit slightly to what I'm more comfortable with, right? And so on the skill tree here, I still do have all of the skill trees from Act 1 all the way until Act 10. Act 1 to 5 is basically the struggling part, and then Act 6 to 10 is more or less like very much doing the same thing. Okay, so and then afterwards you are going to have your Map Atlas progression, so there'll be 70, 80, 90. I presume you will get to 90 quite easily because this build is relatively tanky. Okay, so yes, I'm just gonna go with like the level 80 build, level 83, because level 80 to 90 is pretty much more or less just more life and stuff. Yeah, you can see just taking a lot of life right here. Okay, and yes, for those of you that doesn't know, if you want to compare like where should you go right after Act 1, you can just take this compare here and then press the Act 2, and the green color sign, the green color nodes basically means what you need to take. Okay, and once you finish Act 2, then just go this, oops, sorry, like that. Okay, so yeah, it's very easy to follow. Okay, that includes your ascendancy as well, so don't forget. Let me go back to 83. So yeah, this is roughly how it works. So just want to pick up a few points. So the slight changes that I made was basically taking Golem Commander, because we are not really scaling Poison in the early game. So getting one Stone Golem and one Carrion Golem can help us boost our damage a lot, right? And of course the Eldritch Battery is so good right now. Once you hit Eldritch Battery, you basically don't have to worry about your mana problems, and it's just, yes, it gives you less tankiness because it converts into protecting your mana instead, right? But it doesn't matter. Okay, it really doesn't matter with Eldritch Battery. You just keep regenerating energy shield consistently. Okay, very fast. Alright, and then what else is there? I also changed and took this Righteous Army because I don't think our Spectres are going to be like really tanky early on. So I mean, you having regenerate 1% life is also nice. Minions regenerate 1% is also nice. So yeah, and the difference over here is I am going for max block with glancing blows, right? That's why I took this safeguard as well. Whenever you block, you get 50 energy shield also, pretty nice. Okay, and there's a plus 3% maximum chance to block spell damage. So we have max block over here. We are not capped in physical damage reduction because the armor is not exactly very high anymore, but still because we have lots of minions, let's just say 15. Okay, I think, yeah, doesn't matter 10 or 15. Okay, let me just put the rest as well. Yeah, it's just very simple, from the top to bottom. Okay, just have a look at it. I'm just gonna jump right into the next section now, which is your skill gem. Okay, skill gem is basically whatever it is over here, just follow. If you have 4 link through the X, just follow the first 4, and then when you have 5, you can just take melee splash for much better clear. Okay, so do not okay, so what I recommend is, because yes, I know Tabula Rasa is like really good, but then at this stage, right, I felt because of the changes to defenses, getting a 5 link with armor and energy shield, it's going to be so much better. Nonetheless, you also need the energy shield. So if you cannot find a armor energy shield base, you can just go for energy shield flat base. Okay, it's completely fine. We are not heavily relying on armor for our survivability only, right? We have blocks as well, and so on and so forth. So yeah, 5 link is the go-to, and then once you have 6 link, That's probably the best. You can add in melee physical damage, and from there you just slowly scale your character. I'm pretty sure you'll very easily run through the map atlas as well. Okay, utility wise, I think this is very straightforward. You are casting your Arcanist brand so that Arcanist brand can help you cast Desecrate, Flash Offering, Flammability, blah blah blah. Okay, we are not going for Bone Offering because we will not be taking the Ascendancy right here. Okay, you should not have this Ascendancy in the early parts of the game, so taking Bone Barrier is going to be way much better. Plus, you have Minion Leech, so definitely Bone Barrier. Right? Golem, so the Spectral support will be like that. Okay, it's just raise Spectral, Minion Life, Mid Shield. You're not going to have an Animate Guardian in the early game. Golem support, like I said, because I took Golem Commander Node, I'm going to add in the Karen Golem so that it's going to boost damage for your Summon Reading Space. Right? Auras are very simple. Anger, Determination, Vitality. Okay, do take note of that. At this point, actually, I just realized that probably your... Wait, let me find it. Where is the accuracy? Yeah, the accuracy is not exactly very high. So if you have additional one more point to spare, right? I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can farm out. Oh, it's here. Okay, yeah. I will just take the accuracy because it gives a lot of damage. Okay, it really gives a lot more damage. Okay, so this is something I will change and update. Movement skill, Flame Dash. Right? You have a convocation to get your spectres out of some terrorizing zones or AoE explosions that are gonna one-shot them. And then you have your zombie support, which is basically there just for combustion. Okay, so yeah, there's really nothing special about it. It's really just very simple. Item wise, for wands, I am honestly, if you can get a +1, okay, let me click the wand, okay? Honestly, right, it's gonna be hard to get, but if you can get a minion skill gem +1, please go ahead. Okay, please go ahead because the +1 is literally so good. It just boosts your life, minion life, minion damage, even like feeding frenzies, all these support gems, everything. Okay, but it might be a bit pricey and difficult, so just see how it goes. Alright, if you cannot deal with it, then just get a simple wand with minion damage, good enough. Okay, next is a shield with armor and energy shield. So a lot of the items, right, we try to get armor and energy shield base, so we are much tankier. At the same time, we have sufficient energy shield to use Eldritch Battery. Same. So on the shield, because there's really nothing else to take, so I took Chaos Resistance. Good if you can find them. And then the rest of the items literally just life resistance. We did not take life here. We took armor and energy shield. Why? Very simple. It's because of this. Life mastery, 50% increase maximum life. There's no life modifier. This gives us more life in the early game. And then the rest is, yes, you can see just life resistance on boost. Of course, you want to have movement speed. Get a Jade amulet or whichever amulet. So your amulet rings is to fulfill your stats. Okay, your attributes. And then a heavy belt because it gives us strength. And then more chaos resistance. And of course, more armor energy shield with life. Really nothing much to see over here. And of course, when you have your flask up, this is the flask that I will use. Right, I'll use a Quicksilver, Granite, Quartz, Amethyst. Right, and the last one is, this is the kind of flask I always preferred. So the prefix will be reduce amount recovered, instant recovery when on low life. Like usually you only press your life flask when you are nearly dying, right? You need to have fast fingers to press it, and this will have an instant recovery a lot. Probably when you reach below 50%, you press this, you'll probably recover more than half. Okay, otherwise the whole purpose of this is actually basically just to grant immunity to bleeding. That's all. Okay, because we already have anti-corrupted blood here. If not, guys, just take any of the flask prefix or suffix that you need. Alright. Okay, on to the notes. I've changed how the way my notes work. So I think previously it was way too complicated. So what I did here was literally just 1 to 11. This is the gems that you need to take every time you see a quest. Pop, 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 pop. This is what you need to take. If I mention take anything, then take anything. Right? And then what you need to buy, when you need to buy, so on and so forth. At the end of every act, this is what you need to have. Okay, so I think this is much simpler rather than putting like quests and then what you need to link, blah blah blah. I think along the way it should be quite common sense into what you need to link. So like if you can see here, SRS, when you get summon phantasm support, so just link with this. Minion damage support, just link with this, and the rest just keep it. Okay, so something I replace with Frost Blink. Yeah, if there's a bracket caption, I will literally tell you what to replace with. Right, so yes, that's the low budget version. Okay, and next, this is where I will start to transition into the Poison SRS version. Okay, same, it's pretty much more or less like Balormage version. I honestly don't see any other better path, but just that mine is slightly different whereby I don't go all into Poison SRS. Right, I just buy the bare minimum I need to convert, and I start farming from there onwards into whatever I need for my COC. So this is like your baseline to play the build plus what you need to actually complete all of the bosses, invitations, so forth, so on and so forth. Okay, it's literally enough for you to actually farm decently as well. Like, I'm not talking about ultra juice maps, of course, but just decently enough for you at a very steady pace. Okay, so as usual, I have my trees, but I'm only going to start with level 80 because there are quite a few of requirements that I will say is needed for the build. Okay, if you want to go for level 71, whereby you think some other builds are not so good and you want to start from level 70 after Act 10, fine. Okay, if you really need that tree, guys, just remove some of the some of the mastery, and then of course your jewel eye, some life, and you can basically start from 70. All right, otherwise this is level 80, and then you have your 90 and then 95. Okay, this is the baseline of this Poison SRS build. So honestly, if you've seen Balormage video, it's pretty much almost identical as like. The only difference is probably the block over here, because what I do, right, is I don't really need, I have a different way of scaling the block because I am not using Aegis Aura. So I'm just using a very simple Shaper Touch shield. Right, so okay, I'll just quickly go through a brief one. So from the starting point, all this is very much the same. Alright, and then over here, Eldritch Battery, you're gonna have one cluster jewel with Call to Slaughter and Maximum Life. Okay, Maximum Life is your best friend. The others is a bonus. If you can get the others, bonus. Alright, otherwise, come on, just take a 10 passive skill and spam alteration on it. I'm pretty sure you get it. Okay, your maximum life is not mandatory. You don't need to have the maximum life. Okay, so even, let me give you an example. Let me find a cluster jewel. Where is it? Even if I don't have the maximum life, maybe let's say I get energy shield. Can, for example, energy shield, or even a 25% increase effect. It's also good. Okay, you only lose like a little bit of life. It's not the worst. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so 25% effect basically gives you what, 2.5% increased minion damage. You can see it increases. So honestly, you can take anything. You can even take armor. If you get armor, fine, fair enough. You got more armor, more survivability. Your life is not going to increase by a significant amount. The only thing you basically need to get is Call to Slaughter. Okay, because Call to Slaughter just boosts up the SRS a lot. Okay, so this is just one of the examples. Where's my life? Okay, yeah, you can see the difference is not a lot. Right, And then moving to the right, we need this influence circle over here. Return in blood, gonna take everything because we're going to scale both life and energy shield, so this is really good. And then we took the leech notes here. So I think some of you might not be familiar with this thing. I am pretty sure many people is gonna ask, why the hell do you even take an energy shield leech node? Okay, the answer is very simple. What you want to leech is not this. Okay, 24% increased damage for on full energy shield. Now this is not needed. Right. So what we want is actually just this leech mastery. 10% of leech is instant. Where we get the leech? Simple. 1% of damage dealt by your minions is leech to you as life. Okay. Imagine you look at the DPS right now. It's, let's say, 7 million for like 12 raging spear. Okay. I don't put 20 because you can only unleash like 3 at a time. So I mean, yes, technically you can put 15 or more. I'll leave that to you to adjust. But let's just say if you got 7 million DPS. Okay, 1% is what? 70,000. 70,000. And then 10% of leech is instant. 10% of leech. Okay, 10% of 70,000 is 7,000. Guys, what the heck? Every time your minion hit, your life is probably just gonna go like some, I don't know, some crazy frequency wave. So we have seen it. For those of you that have not seen it, you can go and see Balormage SRS. His life, whenever he take like a big ton of damage from a block or even a non-block, he just goes straight up straight away. It's really very insane. Okay, so this is the whole purpose of the leech is instant, because it's kind of like a loophole. They did not say what sort of leech, they just say 10% of leech is instant. So this is really very nice addition. And if you ask me why you take the node over here, guys, there's no other node on the tree that is along the way. So this is the only one that is along the way. So yeah. Okay. Moving on to the left, mastery, of course, offerings, and we took mind over matter. Why? Because it just gives us a lot more tankiness. And actually, if you did not know, right, okay, basically, if you don't want to take mind over matter, it is fine as well. But I think it's just really good for a defense, a second defensive layer. Right, this is more or less, I would say it's actually like the third defensive layer. So your first one is life, second one is armor, third one is block. Okay, this is your fourth. So it's taken from mana before life, and your energy shield kind of like protects your mana. So our energy shield is actually not 1,200. Where is it? Okay, let me go back to here. We're actually going to use these 3 spectres, which I will say later. Perfect Judgmental Spirit basically gives us discipline, and you can see with discipline, you're going to shoot up to 1,819 mana. Okay, that is another, I don't know, additional flat 1,800 of life. Okay, 40% of it, so another 900 life, effective life pool. So it's really good. Okay, it's really good for this mind over matter. Alright, moving along. Minions recover 5% of life on minion death. This is to ensure that all your other minions, especially a Spectra, Animate Guardian, is always alive whenever your SRS dies. Right? Minions have 30% increased area of effect. Now, this is here, right, for solely, I guess the reason of not only like the splash from SRS, but also from the auras from your Spectra. Okay, if I remember correctly, it works that way. So that's why this is really good to have. 30% increased area of effect of aura skills. Of course, sometimes you need to keep a distance from your minions because bosses are slamming the ground, there's lots of things coming out, so you don't really want to go near him. You gotta stay a distance, and this thing really helps to improve on your consistent DPS towards the boss. Right? Minions have 250 to accuracy rating. Now, something that I never really understood is why does I don't know why does minions have such a low accuracy. So this is kind of needed, otherwise your minions will never hit 100% accuracy rate. Okay, if it doesn't hit 100% accuracy rate, the chance of you poisoning your monsters is actually very low, right? Especially when you go to maps that has modifier of monsters avoid 50% of poison. Okay, this is gonna make it worse if you don't have 100% accuracy. So yeah, you need to take it. There are other abyssal like here, Ghastly Eye Jewel, that I have minions have plus to accuracy rating as well. So really simple over here. I think it's kind of needed for the build. Okay, and moving now is just all your usual stuff. With the armor here, I choose to take more life over regeneration. I think life is more important other than this. I know Balormage take this, but I feel that 3% life is more important. Okay, any kind of life is more important. I prefer to keep my life pool at like 5,000. It feels safe for me. Right. And moving down here like the increased maximum elemental resistance is really just very good. It's on the way, so might as well, why not, right? Immunity to corrupted blood, we don't have to find a corrupted blood jewel, not necessary. And yeah, this is the skill tree. Okay, so for skills, very simple. SRS, Unleash. I wouldn't buy Awaken Unleash unless you are really going to min-max this build. Void Manipulation, because we are dealing Chaos Poison damage. Alright, minion damage, Multi-Strike, Melee Splash. Melee Splash is for mapping, and when you are fighting a boss, you can change it to Unbound Ailment. Alright, Unbound Ailment, okay, I think it works, yeah, you have more duration on it. So, Unbound Ailments, right, basically makes your poison so much more stronger. Like, really, really strong. Okay, it's really, really strong. You can see when I untake this is like 4 million damage difference. Sometimes I really wonder, right, if Void Manipulation is really needed, because I don't know, Unbound Ailment seems like way, way stronger. Like really, really way stronger than Void Manipulation. So I might actually change in between, see how it goes. But then again, it's very hard. It's very hard to actually swap around within Melee Splash and Unbound Ailments, because one is a red socket gem, one is a blue socket gem. Alright, I'll update this in the POB after this video. Yeah, I think having Unbound Ailments is like much, much better. Okay, I'm just going to change it right now. Yeah, because we are literally a poison build, right? I don't see a reason for the for this. So I'm just going to take this. Yeah, it's going to be so much more stronger. Melee Splash is there. So some of you might ask me, so when I'm fighting bosses, if I don't use Melee Splash, what can I use? Now, I'm going to tell you, honestly, honestly, I have no idea. I really have no idea what raid skills is actually good, okay? Like, unless I can find one, then I'll pop it in the POB after this video, but for now, let's just keep it here, okay? I will try and go figure it out. Okay, I really don't have much time left. Okay, utility-wise, same. So Arcanist Brand over your Desecrate offering, and we are using Disband now. Minion support is your Raise Spectra, Minion Life, Mid Shield, Enemy Guidance. So for Raise Spectra, right, we're going to use 3 of these Spectres. First is the Forest Tiger. What does Forest Tiger do? It basically gives you Haste. Haste Aura. Free. Okay, it's not a level 30 Haste, but it's slightly lower. What is the exact level? I'm not sure, but definitely more than 15. As of what I know and seen, it's definitely more than 15. So good, right? Free haste. Yeah, free haste. And Forest Warrior basically gives you Onslaught. Okay, it's not shown here, but it gives onslaught. Okay, definitely it gives onslaught. Where is it here? Yeah, can see there's an onslaught over here. I'm not sure why it's not reflected, but yeah. And the last one is Judgmental Spirit. Okay, Judgmental Spirit basically gives you discipline, which yeah, effectively just helps us and the minions also. Right? Animate Guardian items. Let me see if I can click it from here. My bad. Okay, it's here. So, weapon, you're gonna use Dying Breath, Helmet, Leer Cast, Body Armor, Gut of the Ephemeral, okay, I don't know how to pronounce it. So, many of you are probably gonna debate with the Body Armor, but I think it makes sense to use this, okay? What we are looking for here, right, is really not about protecting the Animate Guardian, but it's more of like protecting ourselves. Yes, the Animate Guardian might be a bit squishy. Okay, let me just go into the calculations now and let you see how tanky is the Animate Guardian. So, with all of this, right, it's actually at 47k life. Guys, come on, if 47k life, the Animate Guardian still dies, something is wrong, okay? Don't forget we have this note here. Okay, minions recover 5% of life on minion death. Every time a SRS Skull dies, your other minions heal like 5%. Even when the SRS duration is up, it's considered dead. So your Animate Guardian is barely gonna die. Right? And your glove has an F gentle touch, basically for the temporal chains, and your boots to inflict an additional curse. More for bossing, okay? More for bossing. Golem support. Now this one is slightly different from what I am following Balormage. So Summon Stone Golem, Feeding Frenzy, Minion Life. The last one I actually intended to put was Culling Strike, so that you can kill tanky rest, boss monster much faster without having them to execute their crazy skills. Okay. Weapon, because we are gonna use United in Dreams. Now this one can be slightly expensive, I'll explain later. Yeah, because we are gonna use United in Dreams, we are gonna use Generosity. Okay, United in Dreams grants level 25 MV skill. Level 25 MV skill basically gives an aura that has more damage. Okay. Next, movement skill, Flame Dash, or use whatever you want. Convocation to get your spectres, Animate Guardian, whichever out of crazy AoEs. And auras, we're just going to use this 3: Determination, Tempest Shield, and Vitality. Okay, Vitality, we are able to cap it at level 20, maximum level. You can see it's just nice. However, if you are like at level, I don't know, in between 80 to 90, you probably don't have enough, so don't get it at the max. Okay, just slowly increase it. This is the auras from the Spectral. I did not activate it. And of course, this is the temporal chains, which we already have. Okay, now this is the different part from Balormage build. So the idea is this: I am not going to spend my entire fortune just to pump into Poison SRS. My main objective here is to use Poison SRS to farm for my endgame occultist CLC build. Right, so it makes no sense for me to pump more currency when I'm just working towards, I just need a build to work towards the high budget CLC. So that's why it's different. I think United in Dreams is kind of mandatory. So the only really mandatory thing over here is United in Dreams and the Covenant. Okay, these two is going to be your expensive bombs. That's all. That's all. Really, that's all. The rest of them is literally very simple. Okay, so I'm just going to go through with you right now. Shield. Get something that has life. And Shaper modifier that has recover 5% of life when you block. I'm pretty sure this is very easy to get. Okay, very sure. You probably won't get on the first... Okay, you might see on the first few days, but... the first few days might be a bit expensive. But otherwise... Yeah, what you're really looking for is recover 5% of life when you block. That's all. And then you just need to benchcraft percentage chance to block. Okay? It has to be 5%. Cannot be 4%. So you need to reroll that. Anything else is a bonus. Doesn't have to be a tower shield. Can be any shield. Alright, next, helmet. Pig face bassinet. So the reason why you want to use a pig face bassinet, or more or less like a armor evasion base, is because you can deterministically craft this item. It might be a bit expensive, so be sure to actually go and check out the market first, because I think as time goes, right, +1 to level of all minion skill gems is the cheap one, +2 is going to be the expensive one. Okay, so how to craft it is very simple. Get an armor evasion base build. Okay, you know what, let me pull out this. Sorry, I'm not feeling very well. Okay, emulator, create helmets. We need an armor evasion base. Actually, wait. Before I go there, I'm gonna go here and show you first. So you have all of these stats, right? I'm gonna close all groups. Okay, it's already closed. I'm gonna close all groups. So what we want to hit is, where is it? Here, this one. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, here I will choose a base method, fossil. I'm just gonna use wait, where is it? Bound. Okay. Dense. And then pristine. There you go. If you use this 3 fossil and fossil craft it, the only chances of you getting this is actually 3 out of the rest of them. Yes, you can use 4 fossil if you are feeling very generous. You just need to block physical. Where the heck is it? Here, metallic. Okay, you can use an additional metallic, but honestly, if you ask me, not really necessary. The amount of times you're going to hit this is very common. It's like 33%. That's how common it is. Okay, so yeah. And when you hit this, all you really need left is just another resistance. Best is 2 resistance, and then you just benchcraft your life. So I'm going to give you a very example now. I took the pig face bassinet, right? No influence, nothing. I'm going to fossil, bound, dense, and pristine. Pop it. This is the first one. You see we got the reflect damage. Pop another one. We got increased rarity. Increased rarity. There we go. See? So, I mean, this is not the best. Honestly, it's pretty shit. But but this is something that, like, it's very easy to get. So the +1 level with a high intelligence, shit resistance, and high dex, not bad. And then you can craft life on it. If you don't like this, continue on. Look, I got another one. Double resistance. I got cell suppress damage, which is useless, but at least it is there. Okay, at least it's there. You know what is coming, so you can just roll it again. It is not hard to get. Okay, here we go. I literally got one that is actually not bad. Right? +1 level to all minion skill gems, and then intelligence, cold resistance, this. What I need to do left is just benchcraft. Where is it? Maximum life. Okay, here. So yeah, just benchcraft maximum life. Oh my god, seriously. Can you give me a higher life? Okay, whatever. So this, yeah. And there you go. This is your end product. Literally. Right? If you want to be generous, just exhaust slam for something. Okay, this is pretty shit, but yeah, not so bad, right? Not too shabby. This is still not so bad. So why do you have to use an armor and evasion based build? Let me show you. If you were to use armor and intelligence, you're gonna have an extra mana, and we don't want to hit this. We don't want to waste more currency just to hit the mana. Okay, so whatever it is, you cannot have intelligence on it. Okay, you can have strength also, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you can have a strength helmet also. Okay, not the worst, but it still does hit them. Right, as long as you only get 3 of the mods, start spamming your fossil craft, you're bound to get them. Look at how much I spent, just literally so little, and I got like what 3 or 4 times of this line with a resistance. So not so bad, right? Not so bad. I personally will just prepare 5 fossil crafting at one shot, and then I'll just do it. Okay. Yup, and that's for the helmet. Okay, I'm gonna go back to POB. Where is it? Yep, so that's for the helmet. Body armor. I don't need to say this. Okay, I really don't need to say this. Skills gain a base life cost equal to 100% of base mana cost. So this one is not the best, not the worst, but you know, it still kind of helps. Okay, so yeah, the reason why we still take Eldritch Battery is because you spend energy shield before mana for skill mana cost. Energy shield protects. Like I don't get how the whole gist of it really works, but it still works. Okay, it still works. Where is it? Yeah. Gloves. So for gloves, right, we are just gonna have life and resistance, and of course you're just gonna want more armor and energy shield. Same for the boots. Just look for more life and resistance. For amulet, this is kind of like the BIS, the best in slot. Okay, if you can get this, that's the best. Really, that's the best. The first ring, we're gonna have bone ring. Why bone ring is very simple, because our minions other than spectres are not gonna have maximum cap elemental resistance. So this is gonna help our SRS, animate guardian, golems have maximum resistance, because even that small amount, right, you can greatly affect whether they die or not. So try to cap the resistance, and that's why bone ring. Get your bone ring is basically just to fulfill your attributes and more resistance. Same over here, topaz ring, you can see I'm just relying on cold resistance, strength for topaz ring. For bone ring is just dex plus fire rest. Yeah, really nothing special. Okay, and then your belt, your belt, you will go for darkness and throne. I don't expect you to get the max roll, just 75 to 80% is good enough. And here is very important. Okay, what is the most important here is number 1, life. Number 2, minions have chance to poison enemies on hit. Why do we need this? Because we don't have chance to poison on our skill gems. We only have United in Dreams, which is 60% chance to poison enemy on hit. Okay, and with this, right, because this is nearly a double effect, so every one of this is gonna give you like about 20%. Okay, 20%, minion have 20% chance to poison on it, and 2 of them will give you about 40%. That's why if I put the SRS, you can see chance to poison. Okay, so 13% is about 23%, so yeah, I'm correct, roughly around there. With that 2 Ghastly Eye Jewel for chance to poison, right? Just put it in your what is that? Darkness and Throne. And you will hit the cap of 100% chance to poison. Right? For the rest of them, I would say I will use 3 jewels with minions have accuracy rating and life. Minion accuracy rating and life, same. And then the other 2 you can get life plus additional chaos damage. Now, I understand that the second modifier, minions deal so and so increased damage if you use a minion skill recently. Now, this is very expensive. I know every time all of the Abyss Jewel with this is very expensive, so it is not mandatory. Okay, if you really need to change, okay, remove this. You can either change this with 2 things. One is here. Where is it? Hello. I know there's an increased attack speed, but I can't. Oh, it's here. Okay, yeah. If you have this, it is not too bad. Okay, the other option is added chaos damage. Not too bad either. Yeah, you lose some damage, but it's better than spending I don't know, like the way I see it across the trend of all the PoE leagues is this mod over here with like life and something else is always like nearly 1 div per jewel. So yeah, if you're gonna be like me and not gonna invest like crazily into it, I would suggest it's not really necessary to have this. It's good to have, but not necessary. Okay, notes wise, everything is needed over here. If you need the league starter, please go back to my previous video, or you can just click the Google Sheet right here or in the description below. So what you definitely cannot do is this: players cannot regenerate life, mana, or energy shield. Okay, so and then mods that are dangerous on your maps is basically this 4. Alright, so just take note of it. The rest is very much more or less like less damage, blah blah blah. It's bad, but you gotta give and take sometimes. Okay, you can't really fit in exactly all of the mods that you want to avoid. So these are the more dangerous ones. And yes, I'll be league starting with the normal SRS into this, and I'll just farm my way. This will be like my build for at least the first week. Okay, I'm not gonna farm so much. I didn't take any leave to play, so yeah. I'll just see how my progress go. I'm not someone that is overly excited to quickly switch to COC. I have done that previous league already. My friend actually passed me items, and I can confirm the block version of Cortis COC is so much better. Alright, I will try to quickly update the COC, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!